out there. And you're here joining Zemrah and my co-host, which is my better half, Ed.
Here.
At Intellectual Radio. Again, we are here every Tuesday, 6 to 7, bringing you some good stuff. Last week we had the lovely RVK from RVK Today and Alive Christ Worldwide Ministries, bringing us some great information on this play production that they have coming up called 3 Stars on Mother's Day. And you know, a lot of times, like we were saying last week, you can't always find things to do on Mother's Day without it being crowded, if you want to go to a restaurant or whatever. So this is going to be a really, really nice production, 6:30 that evening. So if you want to have dinner at home or whatever, and then come at the Beverly Arts Center. It's a wonderful way to bring a mom or aunt or whoever out to enjoy the evening with you. And Ed was asked to be, I am performing, I'm doing a couple of songs for her, but also she's asked me to be the narrator 1, and then she asked Ed to be her narrator 2. So he did agree to do that. So he's going to be joining. He's going to be a part of it too. So that should be really, really nice.
All in all, it should be a great evening. Give you something else to do besides sitting in line at the restaurant and waiting on your table.
Yeah.
So it's a great play. It's got some great people in it, and the message is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I know you're going to enjoy it. Where's it going to be?
It's at the Beverly Arts Center, 111th off of Western. Really, really nice facility too. Mother's Day, yeah. So we've got that, and then joining us by phone this evening is the DJ for WHPK Radio, bringing you some great jazz. He has been so wonderful and supportive of me and my concerts. I just adore him, Mr. Marcus Burks. And he is the founder of Urban Aspirations. So he's joining us shortly by phone. And we're going to talk to him a little bit about what he does with Urban Aspirations. And he works with young people with jazz. So I'm really looking forward to that because he is really a super guy. And I really appreciate all that he's done from day one. He's brought me on his show to talk about my Here's to Life concerts. And that's what it's all about, you know, exactly. Us supporting one another in the industry.
And he's trying to bring jazz back too, also through the young people in his organization.
Yeah,
and that's terrific.
Oh, listen, he sent me some links, and I put that even on Facebook today. He sent me some links of some of their performances, and I mean, these young people, you know, a lot of times, you know, young people, they want to hear all that rap and all of that, which nothing's wrong with that, because in some of that rap has some powerful messages, but overall, I mean, when you find young people that really understand the essence of jazz, that says a lot. It really does.
Yeah, it's kind of a missing segment in our culture, where jazz used to be something that we look forward to for mature and conscious thought that you can apply to any lyrics that you can apply with it. And jazz was a whole segment of our culture that right today is missing.
Yeah,
and has been taken out of our entertainment.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with rap young people, but the older and more seniors in our community should have their own music, and the young people should know what that is. And so we're trying to bring jazz back.
Well, jazz is, I mean, you can have fun with it. I know I love it because it tells such a wonderful story. To me, it's where it all began, is jazz. It's just, the message is just awesome. And I'm going to start really and truly, I'm working on some things, and we're going to really start digging in a little deep with some more of that within my shows. But one of the things that I want to talk about before Marcus calls is, unfortunately, this Facebook incident on Easter Sunday.
Please.
That was absolutely unreal. And to the family out there in Cleveland, you know, we send our prayers and blessings, because they absolutely stated today on the news that the family was forgiving. And that says a lot. They could forgive. This was a 74-year-old man coming from Easter dinner, being with his family, and then for an incident like that to happen, that was absolutely heartbreaking. And my daughter sent me the link, and I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Well, it was hard to witness. I think they took it down now.
Oh, they did.
But to realize that those kind of things are still happening in our society today uh, is just very discouraging. But it also indicates the level of consciousness of a people, because everything that happens is not an individual thing. It's something that collectively we allow or subconsciously we promote. We really do through our, I don't care if it's our song and music or news, because that's the only thing we report on is violence.
Yeah.
Like they say, if it bleeds, it leads.
Well, this was all over supposedly some kind of heartbreaking relationship that he was going through, and he just lost it. He was so hurt over his girlfriend or whatever was going on with them until he just took it
out on innocent people.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what he did. He took it out on.
Doesn't make sense.
And then to choose someone, an elder like that, was just, I mean, just pathetic. And you know, life is so fragile. You know, you just sometimes you're innocent bystander. You're trying to live life and let life live within you, and then someone comes along and just wipe you out like that. It's just.
I believe it's incidents like that's trying to tell you something about the society in which you built, in which you control, in which you live in, and it's telling you you need to get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
And because this gentleman didn't come up with that attitude or that spirit overnight, he may have grown up with it like his children are today, watching everyone shoot everything. All of our movies, all of our entertainment, our cartoons, it's about harming someone else.
Violence.
It's about violence.
Yeah.
And your government is no better. So this is a society that you have built, and you have to take responsibility for. It says we created our life that we live in. We created it.
Yeah.
So therefore, we can uncreate and we can fix it.
Well, like my mom used to say back in the day, every tub has to stand on their own bottom, and everybody's responsible for what they decide to do, because that was something that wherever or whatever was in his head, because even a psychologist was on, even speaking about, you know, maybe some voices was talking to him or whatever, but truly he had some emotional stuff going on, and he blamed his mother, and blamed his girlfriend. But regardless of what, you know, if you feel like you need some help or you're emotionally involved and the relationship is not going necessarily how you might feel that it should go, seek some help, because truly, to me, you're in a relationship, you still have a choice to be in that relationship or not. You don't own anybody. You cannot possess anybody. If someone doesn't want you, then you just have to go head on and make up in your mind to just go on and move on, because that just might be the one for you. But to take someone else's life because you're upset with your mate or your children or your parents or whatever, that's just not acceptable.
Well, back in the day, you say that you are a child or the children of a lesser God.
Yeah.
Because if you believe that your creator only created one person for you and just one, and that person is not in agreement with you, and that there's nothing else you can do, and that you've lost everything, then your God is too small.
Yeah, and he was saying something about you know, he didn't gamble all his money away and he lost everything. Well, that was his choice to do that. And then when they said today that when they got ready to approach his car, then he took his life.
Oh, they found the car.
Yeah, and he took his life. So you know, to the family out there, just, you know, we you know, bless you, and you know, of course, sorry for your loss, because that's one of the things that Ed and I support are our elders, and we respect our elders. So in this case, we really, send our prayers and blessings out to your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, and we keep your family in prayer.
And also to the person that committed the act, his family, and his mother, father, relatives, they had a loss too. And they probably lost him a long time ago when he, mentally escaped. But I always say that we as a people are suffering from varying degrees of post-traumatic slave syndrome, which we all suffer from. And we all should give a certain amount of leeway to all our friends and neighbors and our family, because we all suffer from that on one level or another. There are things that we have not recovered from because of the culture that we have lost, that came about, I don't care if it is 400 or 500 years ago. You still suffer from it because you have not rebuilt your culture. And that line of civility that runs through a culture when it is intact.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, and we should give each other a certain amount of leadway and not react so badly or personally by the things that people do and say to you, because they are suffering from the same condition that you are.
Yeah.
You should make allowances for that and not take it to the level of being physically, because we've suffered everything else, so why take it out physically on someone else?
Yeah. Well, I don't get it. We just have to just like we always say, we have to keep it moving.
I can't handle it.
And on that note, we want you're here at Intellectual Radio with Here's the Life with Zemrah and Ed, my co-host. We're going to hear a little bit before our guest comes on. We're going to hear a little bit of very irresistible Zemrah. Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. For the Bible says, and it still is new. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Well, the strong get more, while the weak ones fade. And empty pockets down, they never ever make the grade. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. Oh, that's got his own. That's got his own, yeah. When you got money and you got lots of friends, and they come crowding around your door. When all the money's gone and all the spending is, they don't come around anymore. Rich relations may give a crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't you go and take too much. No, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Well, when you got money and you got lots of friends, and they come crowding around your door. And when all your money's gone and all the spending is, they don't come around anymore. Rich relations may give of crust and bread and such. You can help yourself, baby, but don't you go and take too much. Mama may have, your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own, that's got his own. God bless the child that's got his own. God bless the child that's got his own. Wait a minute, wait a minute. God bless the child. Your mama may have, your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got you. You're back with Zemrah here at Intellectual Radio. Always thanking our wonderful producer, Mr. Earl Winfrey, for providing this platform for us, where we're able to give you some good stuff, good information, and share our innermost thoughts with you. So we were just kind of talking a little bit more about that incident while we're still waiting on Marcus to call in from Urban Aspirations. So what else has been happening? What are you doing with your work that you're doing now and some of the creations that you're doing?
Oh, you want to get into my creations, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do that because you know I'm doing creations at the house.
He's a contractor, so he's doing some sharing. Maybe you can just share some tips on.
Well,
some
this
of the things
April,
that you do.
this cleanup week and school break and everything. And when I was younger, we called it cleanup week.
Oh, absolutely.
Because,
they still call it cleanup week.
They do?
Yeah.
Anyway, when all the kids were at home.
Okay, there's the call. He's calling in now.
My parents would always give us chores to do for the week, and that would include cleaning up the house, the surroundings,
okay,
vacant lot, and everything.
Just push here.
Is that our guest?
On. Hey, Marcus.
Hey, Zemrah, how you doing?
Oh, I'm so good. We got Ed sitting up here too.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, what's happening? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. Excellent.
Yeah. We have joining us. I just spoke earlier about we have my friend from PHK here with us, and then Urban Aspirations, Mr. Marcus Burks, bringing us some good stuff. So, Marcus, how's your day been so far?
So far, so good. If I'm speaking a little funny, I'm recovering from Novocaine. I was at the dentist earlier, so my mouth is punch drunk.
Oh, well, you sound cool. You okay?
Okay, I just want to say if I do kind of stumble a little bit or can't control my mouth, that's the Novocaine. That's all I want.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Other
sweet.
than that, I'm fine.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad that you're able to join us. Well, what I want to do is I was just speaking earlier and talking about how wonderful you are and how you have supported Here's the Life concerts from day one, and I really, really appreciate all the love and support you've given, and thank you for giving me the platform. And I just wanted you to share with everyone out here about Urban Aspirations, you being the founder of it, and what is that? Absolutely.
Well, before I go into that, I want to say the pleasure is all mine for promoting you. Here's the Life concert, because I do like to look out for our local artists, and like I tell you and all my local artists guests, when I'm on the air, you're on the air. So that pleasure is mine.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about it.
And you certainly do it, because a couple of weeks ago he called me and he was rotating my Sweet As Your Kiss, and everybody loves that. I was getting phone calls. Marcus is playing your Sweet As Your Kiss. So I said, that's my Marcus. So yeah, share with the audience excuse me, I'm still getting past this cough, about urban aspirations. And I was saying a little earlier about how wonderful you work with our young people and this jazz thing. So tell us.
Well, it's funny you call around this time to find out, because we just basically upped the ante on our young people. We refocused our mission statement to mostly feature the focus on our young people. Given the current situation, environment in the city, we felt that we throw our hat in the ring and basically up our ante with young people. What we do currently, we have a session called Young Native Open Jam Sessions. It's just like any jam session that you would go to at any particular venue, and you would see adults play, except for this one is for our inner city youth. And we have some great inner city youth bands around the city. I do a lot with Ravinia Jazz Scholars. I've dealt with Merit School of Music, Gallery 37, Columbia Jazz College. So you get a chance to see the up and coming. You know, that's some of the things that I think these days, especially with jazz being as rare as it is, we don't really get a chance to see our up and comings, especially coming here from Chicago.
Right. Now, what are their ages?
Well, we take them as they mostly just have to be able to play, but we take them from grammar school, like 8th grade, on to college seniors.
Wow.
You know, and it's a student mentor program because, like I said, we have people like the late, great Ken Chaney. He's performed at our venues. Matter of fact, he performed at a native set. D. Alexander has performed at our set. Corey Rooks has performed, like I said, Willie Pickens. David Boykin, Pat Mallinger, quite a few. And like, again, of course, the schools. So we have mentors as well as students, and they go like from 8th grade to college.
Yeah, because you sent me a link, and this young girl on the keyboards, she was phenomenal.
As a matter of fact, I'm trying to work with her and a couple of other students now. We're trying to get a venue this summer before the summer's out, so we can basically talk up urban aspiration and probably galvanize some support for what we do. And I've been communicating with her on Facebook along with other couple of students so we can do something before the summer's out.
Yeah,
because she's great.
Yeah, because I was even thinking, sharing with Ed that I was something that if and we can talk off of air about this, but I was thinking about maybe pulling some of them together and doing a small concert.
And that would be wonderful. That would definitely I know they would love, because when I brought them the idea of performing this summer, they were all on board. So when you're ready, let me know. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
This is something that I want to mention before we go. The young lady that I did send the link to,
yes,
that was her own composition.
Oh,
she wrote that.
Really?
Yeah, she wrote that.
She was good.
She's excellent. And if anybody out there wants to see it, just go to YouTube, search for Urban Aspirations, We Had a Ball 1. And you'll see it right there, Urban Aspirations, We Had a Ball. I have 4 different versions. We Had a Ball 1, 2, 3, and 4. The one that you're referring to is We Had a Ball 1.
Yeah.
So that's our channel, Urban Aspirations. So you can just go to YouTube and check out our channel.
Yeah. Repeat that again.
Urban Aspirations, We Had a Ball 1 on YouTube.
Okay.
Urban Aspirations, We Had a Ball 1.
Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah.
1, 2, 1 and 2.
1, 2, and 3.
And 4.
And 4. So it's 4 segments of it.
Oh, excellent. Marcus, this is it. Let me ask you a question. How long ago was it, and what was your inspiration behind starting this group?
Well, that's another funny thing you should ask. I just had a brochure made, and you saw the brochure, Zemrah. It says now more than ever.
Yes.
And that when I first started Urban Aspirations, it was not particularly designed for young people. Young people, like our Young Natives Jam session, it was a component. That was not the main focus. So since lately we've been having all this drama and stress in the neighborhood, and I'm putting it mildly.
Yes.
It's like now more than ever. We need to do something more like this, whether it's Urban Aspirations or any other community organization out there that's trying to basically kind of deter some of this nonsense that's going on in the streets. We need that now more than ever. And when I started Urban Aspirations, I had no idea that our inner city climate would get so toxic. I had no idea. So what we're doing now, like I said, we refocus our mission to focus mostly primarily on young people. Matter of fact, I'm directly getting my website overhauled to reflect our mission and purpose. Like our brochures does. So people will know exactly what we're about when they go to our website, which they can visit www.urbanaspirations.org now, but it wouldn't reflect our current mission statement, which our previous mission statement is mostly trying to give life to the inner city by using our adult artists to basically entertain the inner city residents around Chicago for absolutely free.
Sounds
we don't
great.
charge any money for our shows at all. That's why we have to always solicit donations. So we can be able to afford to extend that type of artistry to you, because the history of jazz is rich.
Very rich.
And we need to let as many people as possible know about our culture, as much as possible.
That's right.
So Marcus, tell me, if someone wanted to donate to your cause, where would they go to?
If they want to go into what now?
If they want to donate to help you out financially with your group?
You send a donation. You can go to our website and check out our contact us, but our mailing address is 332 South Michigan, Urban Aspirations, 332 South Michigan, 60604.
332 South Michigan.
Exactly.
60604.
04. I think that's the box number is 1034, if I'm not mistaken.
P.O. Box number 1034?
It's not a P.O. box, but basically that's what it ends up being. It's our mailing address, and they can send donations there.
Yes.
And just make you check out the Urban Aspirations or money order, something like that.
Yeah.
Our website is currently getting overhauled, so our donation button is currently out of function, but they can always send in to our mailing address, like I said, 332 South Michigan, 60604. And also, you can search us on GoFundMe. We have a campaign on GoFundMe. You can search for Urban Aspirations there as well if they want to donate.
Oh, that's excellent, Marcus. You got a lot of avenues going where you can get that support, and that's what we need. Like I said earlier, we have to learn to support one another, because if we don't, then who will? And especially when it comes to the music industry, because the music industry is getting so that it's the jazz portion of it is getting so left behind. And so what you're doing is what is needed.
I think the jazz portion of it, I don't know if you're familiar with the new young artists. They're not local, but Kristen Scott and Kamasi Washington. They're doing some different things, but very melodic and very interesting things in jazz. And I think one reason jazz has to be resuscitated by our younger people. They have fresher ideas. They're not really. I'll tell you what, I love the rendition that you did of Summertime with Vince Willis and Here's the Life. I think it was at 5.
Yeah.
Concert 5, yes.
And see, those type of things are going on a lot with our young people. You met Sam Trump. He's done a lot of composing.
Oh, he's awesome.
He is. He's absolutely awesome.
What is Sam doing now?
He plays with his own group, and he does this thing called Sidewalk Chalk. And that's an excellent group. They're not jazz, they're jazzy. They do a neo soul kind of conscious rap thing.
Yeah.
Really nice. And Sam stays busy. You can go to his website and check him out. But he was just on a late night show like Jimmy Fallon or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. He was backing up a singer.
Oh,
Sam gets around.
good.
Sam is smart. That's one thing I love about Sam Trump.
Oh, wow.
He's very smart.
Yeah, our producer just said that he was here 2 weeks ago, right here at Intellectual Radio.
Okay, so he gets around.
Yeah, and he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he gets around.
Right. So I like Sam. I like him a lot. He's very humble to be as talented as he is and be as young as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And we need more of that of our young people.
That's right.
Make a little money, they can't talk to you anymore. You don't have to.
Yeah, I know. That's what I really and truly. Excuse me again. That's what I really and truly am loving about Chance. And the way he is, he's a phenomenal young man as far as giving back and his humility.
And it's a good thing you mentioned, because we need more examples like that. I think we moved into a environment where everybody is just so self-absorbed.
Yes.
There's no altruistic what can I say, community spirit amongst our people, you know.
Right.
I posted on my Facebook page a couple of months ago, to be altruistic is to be futuristic.
Yeah.
Because in the future, we're going to have to look out for one another.
That's right.
You know, because people are complaining about our current administration, and it's really not our current administration. It's the fact that we just got to take care of our own. Because if anything, our current administration has told us that we need to look out for one another.
Yeah.
And I think that's what has to be in place. I think that's a new stock investment, one another.
Yeah, because everything that we've gone through, we like Minister Farrakhan was saying. I was listening to him last night. Way back, we was going through the same thing, not supporting one another, the same issue, being without, and then up to now, it's the same cry. When is it going to happen for us?
Yeah, 50 years later, it's the same thing. Yeah. Jobs and opportunity.
Yeah, so it's going to happen for us when we come together and make it happen, because it's up to us.
And the thing, Zemrah, to me, in our community, we know so many artists, so many talented artists, just like I turned you on to Ryan Prince. And that's another talented brother. There's so many talented artists out there. There's no reason why, other than ego,
yes,
there's no reason why we cannot pull our resources together and create something that can resonate for years to come.
That's
There's
right.
absolutely no reason.
No reason.
Well, Mark, that's one thing that seems like that this present administration and in the political environment is doing, is making people realize that you have to come together and do stuff for yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you.
And that's what is called a blessing in disguise.
Exactly.
You know, because without that pressure, we probably wouldn't do anything.
No.
You know, without that dire situation, we would probably be just as lax, you know, and don't have that sense of urgency that we really need to actually take care of business.
That's right.
You know, so in a certain sense, I kind of applaud Donald Trump and whoever else is, you know, that's not really for the people, because the people now have to realize you have to be for yourself. You can't wait for some political administration to do things for you. You have to do it for yourself. I kind of applaud that situation that's kind of taking place.
Yeah. I mean, and what I say to that is that the concern and the whining and the complaining about that, I mean, it's not going to change anything anyway. So for us to just come together and do what we need to do as a people, we just have to really and truly make sure that we do that. And even if we do it in small segments of ourselves to support one another. And I really and truly, I've always said that that's something that we have got to work on, is supporting each other. I mean, you can't make dreams come true. That's why I love my Here's to Life team, because I couldn't do what I've done for the last 6 years without the team that I have, Wilda and Tanine and Dr. Lewis and Weta, who does a lot of my media, and of course, Hermine being my manager. I mean, you just can't do things alone when you're talking about trying to make something happen. You do have to have that support.
I've always been impressed by how well organized your team is every year. I mean, every year. I mean, you have a totally professional staff. I remember going to your first Here's to Life concert. It was like being in CBS studios. I'm looking at the cameraman and I'm looking around trying to figure out where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, when I walk in there myself, I say, wow, everybody's in place doing their thing. And then to have someone working with your dream like that. And then I have to say too, that I have a lot of appreciation, a lot of humility, and feel really honored to have people that want to work with you. And when you have people that want to work with you, that's because of who you are. And I always try to treat people like I want to be treated, and so that's a drawn to me. So I really love and appreciate all that they do. I really do.
That's a simple law. It seems like nobody really truly appreciates it. Treat people like you have them treat you.
Yeah.
They become just words,
Right.
And not just acting. I think anything you do really has to be in you.
Yes.
You can practice all you want, but if it's not in you, it's going to one day, your true color is going to one day show.
That's right.
So I think the thing you're saying, treat people like you want to be treated. I think that's why you've had such great success.
Yeah.
So like I said, your shows are absolutely pro.
Thank you.
They're absolutely wonderful. You know, the entertainment, the production quality, your staff, everybody. You know.
Yeah,
You all
guys.
really knocked it out the park. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're going to, we're looking at having, we're making some changes. I haven't really and truly announced it yet, but one of the things that we're going to be saving the date for early December, where I'm going to do a black tie holiday show. And we're looking at some other things for my concert. So we're just kind of tossing a few things around to see, what's going to happen, because I too am trying to, look for that, like you say, that financial support. And sometimes that part of it can be a little difficult, but, we don't give up. We just, as we always say, we just keep it moving.
Yeah, you have to keep it moving. Like what do they say? The show must go on.
That's right. That's
So,
right. Well, tell us a little bit too. What's going on with HPK and what you do there?
Well, we're going through some changes. We're basically smoothing out now.
Okay.
We're going through some personnel changes. We lost some people. I had a friend of mine. I lost her. She made her transition back in September. I think.
Yeah.
So they interviewed you.
Yeah.
Follow-up interview, and I decided to dedicate and commit that show to her.
Yes.
So, but basically, overall, it's pretty great. Jazz is probably about the best jazz you probably hear in the country when we're on.
Yes.
I think the thing about HBK for me that I kind of regret is that we don't have a 24/7 jazz station, which we really do need in this city.
Yes.
That's needed.
They come out of DCB, they come out of HBK, which we're not a jazz station. We have a jazz format. Right after me, the Calypso comes on. Right after me.
Got it.
And then Sunday, sometimes in blues comes on. So we need not only just the jazz. We need more jazz clubs that are committed to jazz, because a lot of the jazz clubs are gone.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I kind of miss that. Friend of mine, she's from Britain, and she's a research scientist. At least she was when I met her at Rush Presbyterian. And she said she used to go to what's the place Von Freeman used to play?
Up at the apartment?
Yeah, she said she was not. Yeah, the apartment.
Yeah.
She said she would go there every time, like once a week, And she said because in England, jazz is like going to the opera. You get dressed up, and
Right.
here it's like at one time it was like every corner.
Yes.
We had the other place, we had the apartment lounge.
Yeah.
We had Chances Are on 55th over on Hyde Park.
The Cotton Club.
The Cotton Club. So here it was just like everywhere. For her, it was like mind blowing.
Yes.
So we need more of that, because I remember going to a lot of places. I remember leaving a place called Valhalla. I don't know if you remember that. And it was a little small jazz club. It was over on 53rd Street where GNC is at now.
Okay.
I remember leaving Valhalla and going to, what was the name of that place? Some brothers owned it, Butlers. Or Chances Are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were all right there together.
Yes.
And that was just like a fascinating time,
Isn't that something?
And we don't have that anymore.
I mean, now what do you think about Winners? Winners is over there near McClure Court. Are you familiar with Winners?
No, I'm not familiar at all.
Yeah, it's a new jazz club off of the waterfront, and it's a nice spot. I went by there. Margaret Murphy was there one evening on a Tuesday. Really, really nice spot, but it's kind of hard to get to. In the summer, it should be really, really get a lot of activity. But she was gracious enough to let me, sit in. And I did a song, and she's a lovely lady, Margaret Murphy, jazz vocalist. And she had, I think it was 3 or 4 pieces, and her husband was on bass.
Well, you
upright
just
bass.
A new location of visit or something.
Yeah.
I'm retired now, so I have all the time in the world to visit places that I was usually too busy or too tired to visit.
Yeah, because you always on the move. But that's why I say, my here's to life. Age is nothing but a number. As long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, you keep it moving. That's what we say. You embrace life, and life will certainly embrace you back.
what do you say? All you give is all you get. Right?
That's all. That's it. That's the ticket right there. All you give is all you get.
Winters is just like any other jazz place in Chicago here lately. It needs more promotion. There's not a lot of foot traffic, or you pass right by if you didn't know where it was. And it just needs more places like that in the Chicagoland area, because jazz is a total part of a whole culture. Jazz is a culture.
Yeah.
And we need to bring that back.
Yeah, and then they have the La Vault. I was there the 21st of March. Hermine got me there. It's a restaurant, really nice upscale restaurant. It used to be a bank in Homewood, Illinois, on Ridge Road. And I'll be back there June 6th and also August 8th. I'll be there performing. So I'm gonna make sure that I let you know that. But
let me know, because I definitely play you on the air.
Yeah, and just come in, have dinner. It's no charge to come in, have dinner, and let very irresistible Zemrah serenade you. I mean, when I was there on the 21st, after everything was over, the manager came up and she said, we didn't expect, because I packed it, Marcus. And she said, we had no idea that it was going to be these many people here. So they really wasn't all that, they ran out of food.
Zemrah.
I mean, so, but it was, the ambiance is nice, and the food is good. And they had the wine half price that evening. And then across the street or down the street, they have a really nice jazz martini bar that they're opening, that some of the people that after they left there, some of our group, they went over there to check that out. And when one of my girlfriends said when she walked in the door, Frank Sinatra's music was playing, and was saying that someone wanted to come in and have a birthday party, and they talked about they wanted to have rap music. And the lady said, oh no, said we won't be having any of that type of music here. You would have to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's not the spot for that.
Right.
Time and place for everything, and that's not it.
Right.
I understand young folks gotta have their thing, but because everybody goes through that rebellious thing, where I'm pretty sure my parents didn't like all the stuff that I listened to.
Right.
And your parents didn't like all the stuff you listened to. But I think things are getting so out of hand that it's almost, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Obscene.
Yes.
Really even entertain that genre, because it's so, what can I say, on the outskirts.
Right.
It's one thing to be counterculture. It's another thing to be almost like terror culture.
You're trying to be, Mark, you're just trying to be kind.
Exactly.
Well, Marcus.
Go ahead.
No, I just was going to tell us that just to let the audience know too. Do you have anything special? Anything else coming up with Urban Aspirations? And again, we want you to be able to really, take advantage and go again to. Want you to repeat the address again where they can send donations for the foundation.
Sure. If anybody's interested in helping us out, one of the easiest ways you can do is check out our GoFundMe campaign. Just go to GoFundMe.com and search for Urban Aspiration. We're right there. We're the first one there. You'll see kids with the instruments playing. It tells you that our mission statement is to rechallenge the energy and spirit of Chicago's inner city youth through performing arts and mentorship. And that's what we do, and that's what we hope to continue to do. With your help, we can do that. You can also go to our website. Again, this being retooled as we speak. I'm working with Robert Morris College. And basically redoing our marketing. That's the brochure that I sent you.
Yeah.
That was to Robert Morris interns.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think Corey Wilkes is on there. Alexis Lombre is on there. And a few other, John Foster Brooks, and those are all high school stars that are making it on their own now.
Wow.
So that's our brochure. But you go to our website, www.urbanaspirations.org. You can check us out there. Again, we're having our website overhauled, so the donate button is not functional, but you can go to GoFundMe, or you can send us a text at 332 South Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
No, I just want to say to our listening audience, so all of you hundreds of thousands of listeners out there who love jazz, we want you to go to Urban Aspiration and support them, because we're trying to bring jazz back in the radio station that you used to listen to that I know you miss. Go to Urban Aspirations and contribute so we can get jazz back on the air.
Because Marcus is the one that can make it happen, and especially when you look at the fact that these are young people that are being mentored. That's a real blessing. It's keeping them off the street, giving them an opportunity to follow their dreams, and just keeping them very positive level, and that's always a good thing.
Are you familiar with Alexis Sloan Brady, young lady? She's 19 years old.
I've heard of her.
She just dropped her CD last month at the Jazz Showcase at a CD release party. She played at my function when she was in 8th grade.
Really?
Exactly. You were there. I think that's the night Hanad John Taylor was there.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Remember the little girl who played on the piano?
Yeah.
That's her. She dropped her first CD last month at the Jazz Showcase, and that was sponsored by WDCB.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's 19 years old. Got her first CD out, and I'm happy and honored to say that she performed at I said when she was in 8th grade about 2011 or 2010. I'll take that back.
Isn't that a blessing?
And she's like 30. That was not her first jam session. She was just starting to sit in during that time. She just happened to catch us during that time.
Wow.
I just recently interviewed her and Great Penna Crosswind. Like I said, I'm a big fan of our local artists.
You are. Yeah. You are. You really are.
I don't give them enough credit. They always transplant to California or New York where they think they can make the dollars, which I can't blame them. You got to make a living.
Right.
But what's the shame is that we can't keep them here.
Exactly, because there's no place for them to perform. Because that's what right now, even with me, I'm looking at still working on trying to find a booking agent. We have a couple of things going on, but that's what I'm looking forward to. To go out. I want to get to New York, go to LA. I'm going to be in Florida in June, and I've got a spot that they're going to take me to. But I mean, it's just nothing. I've been here, done that. So it does. Yeah. It makes it very.
You just need to create some new venues.
Yeah. That's the only thing you can do, because I'm gonna put together something at the Piano Forte 2 this year. Do something there on 13th and Michigan, which is a wonderful spot. So you just have to. That's what Hermine and I was saying. That's almost what you have to do. It's a shame, but not a shame, because if you want to do something, you've got to create it and almost make it happen yourself now. And it takes money to make money too when you got to do something like that. So it just kind of makes it a little difficult. But the main thing is I do not intend on giving up on my dream, because I know that it's a dream that I'm going to continue to make, a reality and make it happen.
Well, I can say from personal experience, Zemrah, you've done a great job on your journey. You've traveled very, very well.
Thank you.
Like I said, you travel a lot of class and polish. You really do.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate your productions, your staff, your musicianship, everything. So you've done a great job.
Thank you so much. And a lot of it has been the support that you've given me when you bring me on air to share my information. I love you for that.
Well, we'll do it again. What's in October Sweetest today?
Yeah, and I'm going to talk to you about that. We're looking at doing something else. So for my 7th one, we might do something else, hold up.
Okay.
But I'll let you know and keep you posted on how that's going to roll.
That'll work. That'll be my pleasure as always.
Yeah.
We are looking to do something before the summer's out.
Okay.
I'm researching venues now.
Okay.
And it's basically kind of a promotional party to pass out brochures, raise awareness, and galvanize support for urban aspiration.
Okay.
That's basically what we're going to do before the summer's out.
Okay.
I just don't know when, because I'm calling one venue after another, trying to get in someplace.
Okay.
And I've been getting decent feedback so far, but nothing's really just stuck just yet. But when it does, I'll call you back and I'll let you know.
Oh, please do that. And then, we'll have you on again to, push it and talk about it. And, as long as I'm here, you're here.
Thank you, babe. I really appreciate that.
Okay,
really
sweetie.
Really appreciate this interview, too.
Okay, honey. So again, we have Mr. Marcus Burks on the phone with us, from the founder of Urban Aspirations and the jazz guy with WHPK. So Marcus, again, it was a pleasure having you with us. You rest that mouth, and take good care of yourself. We love you, and thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Well, Mark, because of you and your group, jazz is coming back.
We hope we'll have something to do with that.
That's
yeah, you do. All right.
You all take care. Have a great one. Thank
You too, sweetie.
Thanks, Marcus.
Bye-bye. That was Mr. Marcus Burks again with WHPK and Urban Aspirations. I mean, a wonderful gentleman, and really a real good mentor for our young people, which is so needed. Again, this is Zemrah here at Intellectual Radio every Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m., bringing you hopefully some real good knowledge, good people on air to give you some good information, and just to help you go on along with life.
Keep you informed and keep hope alive.
Yeah. I think of you so often. You're steadily on my mind. You absorb my very being. You're my world. You're the song. Our love is very precious. It's definitely a gift. Wherever we go, to all we know, we give a lift. Yes, I know, baby. Loving you is sweet as your kiss. Ooh, sweet, sweet, sweet as your kiss, kiss, kiss. Loving you, baby, is sweet, sweet as your kiss. You make my world go round and round. When you smile, you light up a room. Our bodies close are so in tune. I can't imagine life without you. You're a dream come true. Yes, I know, baby. Loving you, sweet as your kiss. Ooh, loving you, baby, sweet as your kiss. Loving you, baby, is sweet, sweet, sweet. Now I'll tell everyone how much I love you. I'll tell everyone how much I care. I have so much to give to you and share. You make me happy as can be. Believe me, loving you is a treat. I'm yours, Kate, as sweet as your kiss, written by me, and that's what I tell my baby. Sweet as your kiss, that was written for Ed. But we're here at Intellectual Radio, always loving this opportunity to share our innermost thoughts with you. Thanks to our super producer, Mr. Earl Winfrey, giving us this opportunity and platform to be able to share ourselves with you. Again, I'd like for you to join me on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Go on and make a comment about our show, which if you go to YouTube and go to Intellectual Radio and pull up Here's the Life with Zemrah, you can see some of our shows. But the main thing that we want you to do is to like us and to check out our segments. I think we've had some pretty good segments about life, and we have had Bishop Carlton Pearson on there. We've had Dr. Gwendolyn Odom about traditional care and chronic care. And we're going to have her back because we got some really, really good response from that segment. So, again, we want you to just check us out. Go to YouTube and check out my music, Zemrah Singing. And also, I am under reconstruction with my website too. So I'll keep you posted on what's happening with that. But we love bringing our information and our segment to you, again, to our seniors who we support always, because that is our philosophy. If you have a dream, or you have something that you want to do in life, don't let age stop you. Just go on and make it happen, because that is what life is about. As long as you can walk, talk, and breathe, we say keep it moving, because that's what life is about. You embrace life, and life will certainly embrace you back, because all you give is all you get. Again, we're here every Tuesday, 6 to 7. We love you out there, and don't forget to check us out. Have a good evening.
And all you young people, if you have any questions, find a senior and ask them. They'll tell you the truth.
We just get even with the powers that be. They hooked up with the power in me. No more unrealistic arrangements. I've had enough of going through changes. So here it is, so good it makes me wonder, why did it take so long to fight like thunder? I got it right this time. This time I got it right. This time I got it right. I got it right. I learned to open the universe and ask just what is it worth to have a natural